everyone, it's Mrs. Kneifel. I know I have not made a video in so long. I've been on spring break, so I just kind of took a break, which is why I can't be an actual vlogger, because I take breaks, and real vloggers are always videoing. But I was just going to make some quick muffins real quick for my husband's lunch this week. I just find my recipes online. I don't necessarily have a perfect muffin, but I'm going to make blueberry muffins. I found it online. It's Jordan Marsh's blueberry muffins, so that's what I'm gonna do. It seems easy enough. I have all the ingredients. I apologize if my dogs bark. But the first thing I have to do is soften up some butter, and I'm gonna do that right in my mixing container. I need a half a cup of butter, which is 1 full stick of butter. So I'm just going to unwrap it, and I'm going to... Benji, can you please get out of the fridge? Benji. Like I said, sorry if the dogs bark. I'm just going to unwrap it and get it in the, I told you they were going to bark. My windows are open and it's nice outside, so my neighbors are outside doing stuff, and the dogs think that they own the neighborhood and no one should be doing anything, so they're definitely going to bark. So sorry about that. I'll definitely try to talk over them. But yeah, I'm just going to unwrap the butter, if I can get the little packaging off, and put it in the microwave. I use real butter. I don't use margarine because of my food allergies. I'm going to just stick it in the microwave for probably 30 seconds, and we'll see how that goes. And then I'm going to get my blueberries out of the fridge. These blueberries might be a teeny bit soft. I bought them, I think, last week, but still totally edible. They don't look bad at all. Actually, no, they're not soft at all. So I'm just going to throw these underneath some water in my sink over there, and then let them drain just in the sink. You definitely want to wash your fruit, of course. Okay, the butter is not melted, so I'm going to do it 30 more seconds, and hopefully that will help. So half a cup of butter. Let's see what is next on our list. After that, we need 1 1/4 cup sugar. 1 1/4 cup. I already got out my ingredients. They're like over here on my counter because I didn't want to be going up and down in my baking cabinet, and because my baking cabinet is atrocious. I really should clean that out. And I'm also getting low on baking ingredients, so definitely need to see what I have left after today, and maybe next grocery run, pick up ingredients. So, okay, butter. If you could see it, you probably can't, but it's melted. So now I'm gonna get my measuring cups out. I need 1 1/4 cup for sugar. And this is just regular white sugar, granulated sugar. See, I'm almost out. I definitely have plenty for this, but I am almost out. I'm going to do my little 4th cup first. It's so cute and tiny. Put that in there. And then my 1 full cup. Perfect. And now I'm just going to set this to the side. And I have to cream these together, make them nice, light, and fluffy. So I got to get out my hand mixer, which will probably be noisy. Sorry. But it will not take very long since the butter is nice and melty. I do have a stand mixer. I could use my stand mixer to make these, but my camera is right where my stand mixer is, so I'm just using my hand mixer. And for muffins, it's pretty easy to not use a, you don't really need a stand mixer for muffins. If I was baking cookies, I would definitely use my stand mixer if I was doing cookies. All right, so I'm just going to cream these together really quick. Perfect. Those are nice and fluffy. Hi, buddy. I'm going to get the dog's water because my dog looks sad over here. You need some water, buddy? I didn't realize you were out. I'm so sorry. There you go, buddy. Water. I also forgot to mention I have the oven preheating at 375, and remember, anytime you're using like an electric stand mixer or an electric mixer or a stand mixer or the oven, you need to have an adult present. Definitely don't want to be doing anything dangerous without an adult present or guardian, you know, someone who can take care of you and make sure everything's going safe. I'm going to add 2 eggs now to my mixture. These are just regular Walmart eggs. Sometimes my in-laws, they have chickens, and sometimes we get our eggs from them, so they're like free range. But their chickens are not laying very well right now, so right now I'm just buying my eggs, which is also perfectly fine. These are just large eggs. I'm going to rinse my hands really quick since I just touched raw egg. Then you know, my dog's trying to jump so we can see what I'm talking to. All right, now I'm going to mix up the batter some more and get the eggs incorporated. All right, perfect. It's like the prettiest yellow color. All right, next, I'm looking at my phone because I don't know the ingredients. So next I need a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons baking powder, and a ½ teaspoon salt. So we will do those. I'm just going to do a ½ teaspoon and do, instead of 2 teaspoons of baking powder, I'm just going to do 4 halves, which will equal 2. And then I have to do less dishes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Baking powder is in. So this is baking powder, not baking soda. There is a difference. I need a ½ teaspoon of salt. Hi, Benji. Got my salt in. And then I use pure vanilla extract because of my allergies. So we need 1 teaspoon of this, so I'm going to do 2 halves will equal a whole. Perfect. And now I'm done with this little measuring spoon. I only had a dirty 1 instead of 2. That'll save me a little bit of dishes. Just a little bit. And then I also need to add, let's look, 2 cups of white regular flour, just all-purpose flour. So 2 cups of that. I'm going to use the measuring cup I did earlier when I used my sugar. That one's perfectly fine. Sugar's a dry ingredient, so I don't mind using it in flour and sugar. I just use all-purpose flour, like I said. I'm almost out of flour, too. So I get a big heaping bunch, and then I use the back of a butter knife to cut it in, and then I level it off, so it's like the perfect level amount of flour. And I need 2 full cups, and I definitely spilled some on my cell phone, so that's nice. Bristol. Okay, 2 cups of flour, good to go. Now I'm going to use my stand mixer again and get all of this mixed up once I dust off my phone. You know, actually, what I should be wearing, speaking of flour dust, one of my super good friends got me this awesome apron for my birthday. It says Abby's Kitchen, because my first name's Abby. If you don't know that, I go by, Mrs. Knife a lot, but my first name's Abby, and it has a whisk and, like, some greenery, pastry bag with frosting and a rolling pin, and it's so beautiful. So I should be wearing that, and then I wouldn't have to worry about all the flour going everywhere. And there's even pockets. I could put my cell phone in there so it wouldn't get all dusty. So I'm going to wear my beautiful new apron I just got the other day. All right, I'm going to put my flour to the side because we're done with it. And I'm going to mix up what's in my bowl. All right, that's pretty really well incorporated. It's super dry right now. Definitely needs another liquid. So luckily, it calls for a half cup of milk. My house has 2% milk. I'm sure whatever milk you have on hand is perfectly fine. It doesn't specify what type of milk in this recipe, so whatever milk you have would be perfectly fine. I'm sure mine just says half cup milk. So I use 2%. Once I add all this milk in, it should make it like a creamier dough. And then all that's left is to add all the blueberries, which I already rinsed. They're waiting in the sink, if you remember. So I'm going to mix this and then add the blueberries. Alright, I'm going to add the blueberries, but I'm going to double check the blueberries for any stems or anything like that, because obviously we don't want the stems of the blueberries going in. So I'm just going to quickly hand pick through the blueberries. It calls for 2 cups. This is a pint. Yeah, this is 1 pint, so a pint is 2 cups, so I'm just going to add the whole pint in. If I was making bread, I would want to dust these blueberries in flour to make sure they didn't all sink to the bottom. But since it's just tiny little muffin cups, I'm not really super worried about them sinking to the bottom. But that's a way to make sure your chocolate chips or your berries and stuff don't sink to the bottom. You do a little dusting of them in flour, and it helps them not sink to the bottom. But like I said, I'm not too worried about that today. So I'm just going to skip that step, and I'm just adding them right to my mixture, my dough mixture. I'm just making sure there's no accidental stems, because who would want a stem in their blueberry muffin? Not me. These blueberry muffins will be allergy friendly, so I'll be able to eat them if I want to. I'm making them for my husband for his lunches this week. I know it's already Monday, but I sent him with a breakfast sandwich today. So they're for him, but I might want to eat one, and if I do want to eat one, they would be completely allergy friendly for me. Not for all allergies, but for my allergies, they would be perfectly fine. Bristol. Sorry about my dogs again. These have to bake for 25-30 minutes. So after I get the blueberries added, mix those in. I'll add them to their little cupcake muffin cups. I always use the little paper cups. Makes cleanup so much easier. Make sure they always turn out nice. Oh, look, I finally found a stem. I knew I was going through this for some reason. My first little stem died. Funnily enough, my husband doesn't really love blueberries, to eat them, but he does like a blueberry muffin, so whatever, floats his boat. Okay, that's probably not all, that's not all the 2 cups, but it looks like a ton of blueberries, so I'm going to call it a day with all of that. I'm going to turn on my mixer one more time, get these blueberries a little bit incorporated. Not high though, because I don't want to squash all the blueberries. I just want to get them mixed in really good. And I press the little button and my little beaters on my mixer come out. Throw these in my sink. I'm going to put away my mixer, that way I have more space. Sometimes I like to clean as I go. Not all the time. I'm definitely a messy cook and a messy cleaner. Or not a messy cleaner, sorry, a messy cook and a messy baker. I always manage to make a mess when I'm baking and stuff, but it's okay. It works for me. So I'm just going to put some of the utensils I don't need anymore away. And then tonight when I do the dishes after supper, I'll just get these baking dishes too. I just have little white muffin liners today. I'm going to turn it more towards my stove and stuff. So they're nice and plain today. I'm going to start with filling up just one muffin tin. This isn't like a huge recipe, so I'm not sure how many it will make. The recipe says makes 12 muffins. I might be able to get a few more, but for now we're just going to start with filling 12 muffins with 12 little spots with the liners. We'll see how that goes. I have my nifty little muffin / cupcake scoop. I just dip in, get it full, then I press the little button, and it scoops it out for me. And then they're all even. They all have the perfect amount, which means they'll all bake the same amount of time. So I love this little scoop guy. My mom got it for me for Christmas. And it makes things go way faster than whatever I was using before. I think I was just using like regular spoons before, and I would always end up making a huge mess, but this little scoop makes things so simple and easy. I'm definitely going to be able to get more than 12 muffins, which is totally fine. I'll just fill up more of the, I have 2 muffin tins, so I won't be able to get a full another 12, but maybe I'll be able to get another 3 or 4. Let's try 3 and see how that is. Oh, I bet I'll be able to do more than 3. Like I said, I just make these for my husband. And he takes them to work, and he'll take a few to work, and he'll share them with his coworkers. Sometimes I bring them to work and share them with my coworkers. I might eat some myself. I don't normally, but I could. Benji, don't jump on the counter. My dog is smelling the counter where I put the blueberries. Okay, so far I have 18. I bet I can do 2 more. 20 muffins. That would definitely be plenty of muffins for the next 4 work days. Because like I said, today's already Monday, so I sent my husband with a breakfast sandwich today. So then the rest of the week he would have muffins. Alright, so these are filled up with the muffin mixture, and I'm just going to throw them in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. I'll check on them at 25, and if they need extra time, I'll just give them extra time. Remember, if you ever make my recipes, it's so important that you have an adult either helping you with the oven or an adult supervising you with the oven. And it's important to clean up your mess. Don't be leaving your mess for your parents or your guardians. So once you're done, make sure you're getting those dishes done, or cleaning up the counter space and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed my little muffin recipe, and I'm going to get back to video making. I've definitely been slacking, so sorry about that. But I'm going to get back to video making, so I hope you enjoyed my muffin recipe, and have a great, great day, and enjoy this beautiful weather.